Her husband died a while ago, so
I remember that.
I
So
guess.
she fell down the steps?
Well, I think they said she fell down the basement step,
Ouch.
and she was nothing was broke, but she was.
She have internal stuff?
I don't know. She was she was in her late 80s.
Am I thinking of the same person?
Hmm?
The one who had Heather.
Can't you?
Pepin.
Pepper, yeah. Freddie's daughter.
I am thinking of the same person. Because I once worked with Heather. But,
Heather is the younger.
okay. She's that old already? Oh, I suppose. My mom is in her 70s.
Yeah, she's got a. I think one of her kids is out of high school already.
Heather's? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. But I was talking, I didn't think Loretta was in her
Yeah,
80s.
I don't know if they ever got a divorce, but they are parted. I know.
Yeah, but I didn't know Loretta was that old.
So, yeah, they're
Heather was the only one I knew. I don't think I knew any of the other kids.
well. You didn't miss much. She, when your mom and dad went to Marvin's wife's funeral,
Uh-huh.
that she said, "What are you doing here?"
Maybe they didn't realize that they were related.
Well,
You might forget over all the years.
you've got a very short memory if you can't.
Well, that's true. It's only a generation away. But I'm not sure, maybe Loretta's kids probably even know who I am,
Well, that's true, but
Except
to say
for
something
Heather,
like
maybe.
that if somebody comes to a funeral, you don't say something stupid like that. Anyway.
So how was your day?
Well, puzzles. This one is a hard one
Yeah?
because not the letters are so small.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
You need a big,
So I've been working on that.
we need a bigger one for you.
I know they bring one every day, and
I'm surprised that they don't have bigger ones. You should tell them.
they are bigger. And then there, if I colored, there's my vegetables
Uh-huh.
and a crossword puzzle. And
Oh.
that's the size of that.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, that's a little bit bigger.
yeah, that's better. But I said this would be a good one for tea towel.
Right.
It would be very colorful.
Oh, with your embroidery.
There'd be purple and red and green and
Do you miss your embroidery?
oh my God.
I bet you do.
Oh, would you miss driving?
Yes, I would.
Well,
Can you not do it anymore? Is it your eyesight?
huh?
Is it your eyesight?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even up close. You
Yeah,
don't see.
Well, my eyes don't see the same.
Okay.
They see two different visions.
Ah.
So if I aim for one, I miss the other by a mile. So.
Did you ever try embroidering with a patch over one eye?
Oh, I've tried that.
tried that?
I've tried with a magnifying glass. And no, I said if I'm not satisfied with it, I don't want to do it.
True. Yes, you want to be satisfied with your work.
Yes. So if I have to sew one day and tear it out the next, and that ain't.
No. Right.
So I just said, I guess I gotta give it up. And then here was another one.
Uh-huh.
And then I send him home for Lionel. He corrects them.
Oh.
See how good my.
The teacher in him's going to correct it. Do you get a grade?
Yeah.
Does he grade you?
Well, he said I'm doing good because he knows I can't see.
Uh-huh.
I find a word down here,
Mm-hmm.
and then I gotta find the few
The
matching
right.
letters, and then I can. So I don't know if I do it right or not, but I'm not too worried. It's something to keep me busy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's get up in the morning, go to the bathroom, sit in a chair, get my breakfast,
Uh-huh.
go to the bathroom, sit in a chair, then maybe go for therapy if I'm going, and then come back and time for lunch.
Uh-huh.
Then to the bathroom, then sit in the chair. That's my day.
I'm surprised you don't have the TV going for the sound.
I can't see,
You can't hear it either?
and I can't hear.
I suppose you can't have it too loud or they'll get mad.
So I have hearing aids at home,
They haven't brought it to you?
but no, well, my ears get so itchy.
Oh.
I've got eczema in my ears.
Did they ever put anything in
one
it?
ear and come out the other.
Have they put anything for that?
So I said, I
That's an idea. There's
I can
eczema
get
lotion.
along, but when I had to give up sewing, that was terrible.
Oh, I can imagine. Like Grandpa giving up farming.
I have, well, I made something for each kid, kind of, as if they want to keep them for a memorial.
Mm-hmm.
And I had, I don't know, 38 sets of tea towels, I
Uh-huh.
think. And right now I'm down to maybe 8. So there's you and Sissy and Johnny's wife, whatever her name is.
Amity.
And sisters are taken care of. Babe has a couple.
Yeah, I would like a tea towel if Aunt Alice still has any
There's, I think, two
left. I think Aunt Alice has your work, doesn't she?
And Lynn. Anyway, I've got it written down. I've got enough, but I never got to give them away yet.
Oh. Who has them? Is it Aunt Alice who has them right now? Does Aunt Alice have them right now? Or where are they at? The ones you finished.
At Babe. I think they're at Babe's in a box under the bed.
Oh.
So anyway, and well, your mom, Babe, and Sis, they got their 50-year quilt.
Right.
There's one made for Tom. But he's only got 42 or 43 years in.
Right. Yeah, because I was a
We
kid.
decided if he has a housewarming, I don't know if he will, but if he does, to give it to him now and tell them it's early.
Right.
And then, well, Doug is a long way off,
Yeah.
but I do have some.
Doug may not get a 50-year just because of their
I have
age.
some regular quilts.
Right.
If he wants one. But I'm just not too anxious. I don't know. She's no housekeeper. And you give them something and you might find it in the garbage, and she
Sentiment.
has no heart. So I've already made things for her. Now those little chairs, Sis found them in the garbage. So Sis rescued them.
Well, yeah. That was a lot of work.
So she has, well, yes.
That's a lot of work.
And she just has no appreciation at all.
Sentiment
But of
to
course-
stuff, yeah.
Lionel said the same thing. He said she don't talk to anyone. She don't go to anyone's house. I don't know. She's got just different. So I give up on her.
But some people keep to themselves.
I give
Listen.
up on her because, well, like I said last night, I gave each one the same thing for Christmas. Never acknowledged it or nothing. And how hard is it to dial a phone and say thank you, Alice, or scratch it on a piece of paper and stick it in the mailbox?
Right.
So anyway, I kind of gave up on her. Now Alec was going to come and visit me. And Doug said, I'll see that I get the brat down there. Well, calling him a brat makes me think he ain't too anxious to come either. So I think Doug is going to come tomorrow.
Well, that's good.
It won't be for long, but.
Right.
And Doug has actually given me a kiss and told me he loved me.
Well, wasn't that nice? I'm
And
sure he does love you. You're his
And
mom.
Tom has too.
Well, there you go.
So, but the wives don't. Carrie is. Well, I don't say she's mad. She's just not overly friendly. So, but Tina, if she came to see me, I think that would kill me. But Now, Carrie.
I hope you mean in surprise. In surprise, you mean.
Oh, you betcha.
Okay.
Carrie has asked Babe to find out if kids can come and visit. They can come if they have a mask.
Okay.
So Lisa is going to come with the little boys.
Right, because, yeah, they still got little ones.
So, but and I get enough company as far as company goes.
Right. Yeah, I think on the weekends I won't. I'm going to come every day during the week. But I think on the weekends I might not, just because I think more people might visit you on the weekends.
So
Maybe I'll call here on the weekends and see if you've had visitors. I'll call on the weekends and see if you've had visitors. Maybe I'll take the weekends off from visiting just so that they don't overwhelm you. But if you haven't had visitors, then I'll still come on the weekend.
If they come, they don't have to stay an hour or two. Just
Right.
20 minutes, half hour.
Right. Get you someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Did your minister come today?
No.
Not yet.
Well, the Lutheran minister had his knee operated on. He can't.
Right. The one from St. Paul's. But I meant your nephew. That was
other one that
the
I
Hyder
talked
one.
about. He's coming. Today's Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. You said Thursday. I was off a day.
Yeah, I don't know if he's coming Thursday or Friday.
Did you say Marion? Is Marion in here? Is that Marion in here? You said Aunt Marion broke ribs. Is she in here?
No, she broke her ribs.
But she's not in
No.
Bishop Noah.
No, she's
Oh.
between the devil and the deep blue sea too. She didn't get a thing for taking care of Bob all those years. And besides that, the boys want her out of the house within a week.
Where's she going to go? Back to Rapid River?
She's going to go back to Rapid River. But that house hasn't been lived in for years, so it's in not the best shape. So
She's got kids, though. I mean, isn't Jim Trepaniers are helping her, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Well, they're working on it.
Right.
But her car is, I think, is in the garage or something.
And they don't have room for her at their house?
If she comes into a home, they take her car and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Trepaniers don't have room in their own homes?
huh?
Jim and them don't have room in their own homes for her?
Well, either boy. Well, I don't know. Jim is getting up there, and
He is. He's getting up there.
And I don't think she's really too healthy, but she takes care of her mother. So, but I guess Marion feels like
Oh, you
that.
mean Jim's wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just don't like to be dependent.
Right. I would feel that way. I would want to be as dependent as possible.
Well, that's just it. I try to be as little trouble as possible, but every little bit you think, well, now some more trouble. In fact, that nurse was just in here that told me I'm a pain yesterday. And she gave me a hug today. She said, I'll go get you a pain pill, but you're still a pain.
Oh.
I said, well, you tell me something I don't know then. So, no, they're all very friendly. Well, I thank them. I apologize for taking up my time. Well, she said, that's our job.
Mm-hmm.
If we can't have someone to take care of, we don't have a job.
Right.
So she said, don't worry, you're no more trouble than the rest. So, but I know I know I'm not ever going home again.
You don't think so?
Well, I have eat my meal, head for the bathroom, get a pain pill. Come eat my next meal, head for the bathroom. It's and Sis isn't going to be here, and Babe already said a long time ago, when it comes to that toilet problem, you better think of the nursing home. So I know that. And
Yeah.
your mom's not in the shape to.
My mom, I don't think, could lift. Her back is so bad.
Well, that's just it. So, and well, Carrie, and Teen is Teen, no?
Right.
So, I guess I'll I'll end up here.
I would say there would always be room at my house, but I have dogs and I'm not Ford River. I said there would have been room in my house. I could have always put a bed downstairs, except I have dogs and I'm still in town, so I'm not the Ford River home that you think of when you think of
I
home.
mean, it's,
You know, it's not
And-
the fields, it's not the river, it's not.
and like I said, I'd hate to die in any of their houses. That would kind of spoil their life forever.
Why do you say that?
It didn't bother me that Dad died at home. I found him, but it seems to me if they found me in bed dead, it would kind of it would not be good memories. So I would just assume.
You know, I was once when I was dating this person, and his grandma was very sick, and the grandma was at the mom's house, and I was there the day the grandma died. And I didn't realize she had died when I walked in. She literally had just died because her body was still in the bed. Ambulance wasn't called yet, was on their way. And the mom came out and gave me a hug and said, "My mother just died." And you know, because it just happened, I might have been able to see the body, but I could feel the energy around the mom. Where I wanted to tell her, but I didn't want to spook her, but I wanted to say, your mom is right here next to you, because you could feel that energy around her daughter, almost like the mom was trying to give her a hug and say, no, I'm right here. So I think part of you must still stick around when you first...
It's just the fact that we had everything settled.
Yep.
We thought.
You thought. I know, and plans had to change.
Had our funerals paid for. And I don't know that I owed any bills. Everything. And I had the money. I could have, if I'd have stayed with Doug, I could have helped him a lot. But I didn't have a choice. So anyway.
And you were so cold there. Plus, you were so cold. Your temperature was different than their temperature.
So they had the excuse, we're working, we ain't no one to take care of you.
Well, that's true, Grandma. If you would have
That's
fallen while they
true.
were at work.
I'm thankful he finally got a job.
Right.
That's one good point.
Right.
But many a time I would fall and he would come running to help me up and that.
Right.
But,
And that would have been my problem at my house, is I don't know if I would have been able to lift. Doug's got the strength to do it.
Last night, one of the male nurses took me to the bathroom. When I came back, he a big man too.
Mm-hmm.
He took me under the arms to sit me in the. I fell in the chair and he fell on top of me.
Oh no!
We were giggling. It was just so darn funny because he kept saying, "Don't worry, I got you. You ain't gonna fall. I got you." I thought, boy, famous last words. So, but they have some big fellows who are.
Well, yeah, you have to have that strength to lift.
And most of the time there's two that come.
Uh-huh.
Because when I said, aren't you glad I don't weigh 300 pounds? Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm sure that's why there's big men. There is probably women in here who are big women.
Anyway, I guess I don't go for the food in a big way, but if I had my appetite, I could go. But finally I met a person today that they brought my lunch, and I looked, I said, well, I will see how much it is today. They bring so much food.
Right.
I said, I don't eat it. I send it back. I don't know why they don't take the hint and not send it. And I tell them, small. And I said, it makes me sick when it goes back and goes in the garbage. And she said, me too. She said, when I think of all the hungry people in the world.
Right.
And they're throwing it out.
And they probably have to. It's probably state restrictions.
Well, but I mean, she really agreed with me. She said, I said, well, finally I found somebody who feels the same as I do. That's why I had pie today but I didn't eat it, but I had started on it, so that went back. But if there's, strawberry shortcake, and I can put that in a halfway decent, or they had some kind of a different kind of cakes. I wrap them up and I give them to when the kids come. Yeah, because I don't see any sense throwing that stuff away.
Right.
If the ice cream would keep, I'd say give them that too. But
They don't have. Do they have extra containers that you can put the cake aside in case you're hungry for it later? Do they have extra containers that you can put the cake aside to eat later? Or do you have to eat right then and
no,
there?
I had, that big banana I had here.
Right.
I finished that today.
Oh, good.
And I had a dish of peaches and pears fruit cup. I had that here. Babe took that home.
Oh.
And when Bob was down here, there's a pork chop or something. I have that wrapped up, Babe is going to bring some little baggies.
Oh.
But I don't eat bread. I ate potatoes today because they were cheesy potatoes.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, I don't care for potatoes either. So tonight I'm afraid of what I'm going to get. It's some kind of soup. And one part is a good meal, the other side is not so good, I don't think. Yeah. This would be one of these on the bottom.
One of them for lunch or for supper?
Yeah.
That says supper.
Yeah.
So it's going to be your egg salad. Egg salad, croissant, and chicken rice soup.
That I said I will.
And then you, I think, get some cream of broccoli soup.
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh, it's one or the other. I get what they're saying.
Rice, but that's a.
Do you like cream of broccoli?
No.
Oh.
Terrible.
I don't eat like that either.
So there's very little.
So it's one or the other.
So this is about the only one but I don't, the thought of eating makes me filled up, so. Anyway.
Cream of broccoli always smelled good to me, but I don't like broccoli, so I never want to eat the soup. But when it's cooking, I always think to myself, that smells good.
Sis makes
That makes sense.
I think Babe makes it too.
Of
course, when I'm at Babe's, Lionel don't eat too much either, so what she makes mainly is she eats. And Lionel makes himself a hamburger or something, and I go at it, but I don't eat much. So anyway, that's. But I'm not hungry, that's for sure.
So, did they tell you that you're going to be a great grandmother?
Huh?
You are a great grandmother. Did they tell you that you're going to be a great great grandmother?
No.
You didn't? Did they tell you Margaret's pregnant? John's going to be a grandpa?
Now who is?
Margaret.
Yeah.
So John's going to be a grandpa.
Yeah.
My mom's going to be a great grandma. And you will be a great great grandma. Your first one. But I don't think she's due until around March. So you're going to have to make it to March to see the baby. Think you can do that?
I know I asked her when they were going to get married. She said that's the least of our worries.
Yeah. I think they said maybe after the baby. Which makes me glad because, to be honest, when I got pregnant, I married Harold. And I think later, if I would have not been in that thought process of I have to get married because of a baby,
Yeah,
I don't think I would have married him.
that's right.
And I think my life might have been a little bit better not.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a different way of thinking than it was 40 years
Well,
ago.
that's kind of an ordinary thing now.
It is. That's what I said. It's nowadays it's much more common than it was 40 years ago. But you think to yourself, 40 years ago, for the women who had to get married because they were pregnant, and when divorce wasn't acceptable, what kind of life did they have if they weren't happy?
Yeah, it's a different world now than it
Oh, it
used to
definitely.
be.
Didn't you say a long time ago that people back then were harder? They didn't cry as much. They were
What?
people back in back when it was World War II.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that people were much harder? They didn't.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't so.
Yeah.
They were more worried of tough luck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was terrible sin. Oh, my. Nowadays it's just as plain as glass of water. Well, look at Marion and Bob. They never got married.
Right.
Now, years ago, well, I suppose it was going on years ago too, but I guess everybody lives their life their own way.
Right.